Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm using my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer to prime up my face. Next, I went ahead and picked up some gray zombie makeup from Party City, if that's exactly what it's called, gray zombie makeup, and also some green face paint. And what I'm going to do is take both of those mixtures and put them in the back of my hand and just mix them together to make the perfect zombie color. As I was mixing, I realized that it was a little bit too green, so I went ahead and added some more of that gray color. Once I felt like it was the right color, I just applied dots all over my face, and then I'm picking up an e.l.f. foundation brush, the flat top kabuki, and I'm gonna just dab it all over my face. I know it seems like I'm being really violent with my face, but I promise you I'm just dabbing it all over to create like a texture where I kind of look dead. As you can see, I'm covering up every surface of my face, and soon you will see that I'm going to be bringing it down my neck. I'm putting it on my ears, basically covering anything that would be visible outside of the costume. I kept picking up color from the back of my hand to see up to my preference what I felt like was enough color all over my face. You'll see when I start applying other makeup to my face that the green will try to fade away, so I do reapply some more at the end of the video. Next, I'm picking up my Flash palette. This isn't the Makeup Forever Flash palette, but this is kind of a dupe, and I think it's a perfect dupe. I got it off eBay, and the link will be linked down below. Here I'm just drawing on some eyebrows. I didn't really follow my natural shape. I just kind of went along and kept looking in the mirror to see what it is the shape that I wanted to go for. Next, I went back into the Flash palette, just picking up that black color again, and I'm applying it all over my eyelid. And this will be a great primer for the matte black eyeshadow that I'm picking up from the e.l.f. 100 eyeshadow palette. And again, dabbing it all over my eyelid and making sure that that cream color is secured and it's not going to go running all over my face. Next, I just picked up a blending brush, and I wanted to blend it out and kind of make it, again, like that smoky, dead look and like hollowed eyes. The brushes that I'm mainly using in this video, I also picked up off eBay, and that will be linked down below. As you see, I keep switching between a flat brush, just reapplying that black matte eyeshadow, and the blending brush, blending it all out, again, up to my preference, so you can do as you please. Also, here I'm applying a matte black eyeliner, and it's going to go in my waterline, and that's because when I started looking at myself in the mirror, I saw that the skin that was seeping through didn't look nice, so I just decided to apply some eyeliner. Here all I'm doing is again using a blending brush, and I'm picking up that black color and blending out the eyelid. Here I'm just going to I put that gray face paint on the back of my hand, and I'm applying it all over the face again. I do this several times throughout the video because as I said before, that it does seem to kind of like disappear from your face, and I'm not sure why, but when I wore this costume about a year ago, it lasted the whole night. Here what I'm doing is going back into the 100 eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. and I'm picking up a matte red color and a blending brush, a new one, and I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes to create that like reddish, dead look of that zombies usually have. As you see here, I'm dabbing on the color, I'm not sweeping it. Again, it's because I don't want that initial gray-green color from my face to be wiped out. Here I just went back into the same foundation brush, and to blend out that redness and make it look like it's actually a part of the skin, I'm just blending it out. Then I went back into the Flash palette and I'm using a red cream color to draw on veins. I used a tiny little brush, it's an eyeliner brush, and I'm just kind of making squiggly lines as I see fit, and then I kind of blend them with my finger so they look a little bit washed out. As you see, I had to go back into that blending brush that I kept using for the red eyeshadow to make sure everything's blended and I don't have any like spots of just my skin. Just draw as many veins as you see fit. I kept going and drawing squiggly lines and drawing squiggly lines from those lines, and I just kept going with it. Also for the veins, I forgot to mention, I used a little tiny bit of the black, and that's just to give the veins a little bit of 3D effect. Then what I did here is I mixed the black, red, and a deep green eyeshadow from the eyeshadow palette, and I'm creating kind of like bruises around my face. Where I initially put the bruises is where I'm going to be adding FX blood, so that's where I put those dark marks. But then I went ahead and I picked up a contour brush and just started contouring like my face and giving myself dimension and dirt and blood and making myself look even more dead. Here I'm applying some false lashes off camera. Unfortunately, I don't remember the style or the company that they're from, but I know the drugstores have a lot of great options for Halloween eyelashes, so I think any of those will be fit. Here I'm just using the NYX red lip stain, and I noticed towards the end of the video that I really didn't like the color that it gave me, so I go into the Flash palette to add some more redness. Here I'm using the FX Blood by Cinema Secrets, and it's also from Party City. I got the blood gel and the FX Blood. Here I'm first applying the FX Blood, but then I realized that the blood gel is so much easier to work with and it looks a little bit more realistic in my opinion. So if I were you, I would definitely invest more in the blood gel rather than the FX Blood. I'm just using a tiny little brush to add the blood to my mouth because I feel like zombies, you know, they love to eat, so you have to have a bloody mouth. Then I'm just adding random blood marks around me because zombies are not the most coordinated zombies. But I'm just adding them around, especially where I added those bruise marks that I told you guys about. Now I'm just going to be using that same brush and the blood to apply kind of like a bite mark on my neck, which would be like the entry point of my zombiness. Also, I highly recommend that you put your hair back before you start the blood process because as you see, it kept getting stuck in my hair, so I just clipped it back. I didn't have any particular method with the blood, I just kept taking it from the jar and just applying it wherever I saw fit and wherever I felt like I wanted it. And it is extremely sticky, so at the end of the video I put it on my fingers, and that was not the smartest idea. Here you see, like I was talking about, that I add the color from the Flash palette, so looking back at it now, I might as well have just used that initial red color from the Flash palette as a lip color rather than using a NYX lip stain. Here I am finally using the blood gel, and you'll see how much easier it is and how much more realistic it looks. And it's like, it's just more, I guess, flexible to work with, and it's just so awesome. I love it. Now I'm taking one of the blending brushes that I was using for the black eyeshadow, and I'm picking up red and black eyeshadow mixes, and I'm doing it around the wounds. But then I realized as I was going that if I use the brush actually on the wound and I kind of dab it back and like up and down, it creates this awesome flesh wound. So I felt like that looked much more realistic, and that's what I kept doing all around where I applied the fake blood. Then what I did, I think this was the final time I did this, I added again some of that gray zombie face makeup, and I just kept going around with it with the same foundation brush from e.l.f. Then I decided to add some blood and scars and bruises to my arms because the costume that I did myself, I ripped up an old shirt and I added blood and dirt all over it with a brown eyeshadow, and my hands were visible because it was a quarter cut sleeve, so I decided to zombify my arms as well. Alright guys, here's the completed look. The wig I also got from Party City. It's called the zombie wig and it has a brain on top of it, but when I checked back they didn't have it anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I definitely had fun creating it. See you guys next time.